Let's just play this for a little bit. It's Thursday. This is Prince. In a bit of a mood. Gonna try to brighten it up, but I'll talk about when the song is done.
Tracy died soon after a long-fought civil war. Just after I wiped away his last tear, I guess he's better off than he was before. A whole lot better off than the fools he left here. I used to cry for Tracy 'cause he was my only friend. Those kind of cars don't pass you every day. I used to cry for Tracy 'cause I want to see him again. But sometimes life ain't always the way. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. All good things they say never last. Springtime was always my favorite time of year. A time for lovers holding hands in the rain. Now springtime only reminds me of Tracy's tears. Always cry for love, never cry for pain. He used to say so strong, oh, not afraid to die, unafraid of the death that left me hypnotized. No, staring at his picture I realized no one could cry the way my Tracy cried. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending. But all the good things they say never last. I often dream of heaven, and I know that Tracy's there. I know that he has found another friend. Maybe he's found the answer to all the April snow. Maybe one day I'll see my Tracy again. Sometimes it snows in April. Sometimes I feel so bad, so bad. Sometimes I wish that life was never ending, but all good things they say never last. But all good things they say never last. Love isn't love until it's past.
Good afternoon, everybody. So I had a completely different direction for the show today, so we just got news this afternoon or this morning that one of our fraternity brothers passed away. Brother was 38 years old. He was a pillar of this, of the community. He football coach, just a larger than life character, and then just like that, he's gone. And so I'm gonna get it together. I promise. I really have no words for it because, as my chapter president said, it's like I can't even believe we're talking about him in oh. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna pull it together. I'm sorry. I think this is another indication of just how all of this is affecting us. A lot of sadness is around us. A lot of sometimes death. A lot of sickness. And so the tears are for Jared. But it almost feels like they're for everybody and for everything that's going on. And I know on Thursdays we try to get here and and try to be lighthearted and talk about stuff, and I'm gonna get there. But I needed to have a moment for Jared. We got Prince playing on the background, and Prince is Sometimes It Snows in April is my go-to song for whenever somebody passes, and I feel like if I listen to that song, if I'm in the middle of a good mood, I'll still end up crying. So I kind of did it to myself. But I just wanted to say that, Jared, wherever you are, we love you. And we thank you for being who you were when you were here. Our thoughts and prayers are out to his fiance, who he just got engaged. So, having to deal with that is just crazy. And this is like a crazy time to be. This is a crazy time to even have anything happen to you. And it's worse when somebody passes away. You can't celebrate that person's life the way that you want to. You can't get out there and do the things that you would normally do when somebody passes away. And I don't, he was a fraternity brother of ours, and he is, and we normally have a ceremony that happens when one of our frat brothers passes away, and I don't know how that's going to happen. It's just a weird time. It is a weird time. So, one time for Jared, man. And we'll see you sometime. We'll see you on the other side. Oh. So I think it brings us to a moment where we're trying to be normal in these times, and um, whereas it's not even close to losing somebody, but like I want to you know give big props out to all of you people um, who have birthdays right now and who are trying to figure this out. And yesterday was my wife's birthday, and we have tried to yeah. I just saw Will's comment. All of us are crying. Um, we are we're trying to figure this out. We had a surprise birthday party um, for my wife at on Zoom, and we crammed as many people in there as we possibly could, and it was a beautiful thing. And I tried to make it special for her, and we tried to make it special for my daughter, whose birthday was 2 days before her. So it's tough, and I applaud everybody who's trying to make the most of it out there, and doing the most and doing what they can. Everything from just like trying to sing happy birthday on a Zoom, which by the way does not work. The delay messes everybody up. Just don't do it anymore. Um, but you got to get creative. I was able to get a whole bunch of happy birthday messages and put it together on a video for my for Aisha, and we gotta figure out creative ways to do it. One of the more creative ways, and it's not a birthday, but um, one of the more creative things that I've seen is that somebody saw one of their neighbors dancing on their roof across the street, and decided to send a drone with his number over to her so that they could talk, and now they're dating apparently. So it's all about creativity, I guess. It is a weird time, and I just want us to make sure that we don't lose ourselves in all of this, and we keep creative and trying to figure out how to do the things that we were accustomed to doing in a different format. How we date in a different format, how we celebrate birthdays in a different format. Today we're going to have to try to figure out how we celebrate Jared's life in a different format. It's going to feel weird, but at the very least, we're going to be able to we're going to be able to celebrate who he was to us. He is one of those people that when you walk into a room, when he walks into a room, the mood changes no matter where it was, and he's the center of attention. We all loved him. We all loved that what he brought to us, what we brought to a space, and we're gonna try to figure something out, whether it's a Zoom or something along those lines, but we'll figure it out. And just know, to Jared's family and his fiance, we're gonna honor the man. We're gonna find a way to honor him in this time, and make it right. We're not gonna have somebody as large in the world as Jared was, just simply go on without celebrating him in the way that it's supposed to be. In other news, I shaved my beard off, or shaved my beard down. Yeah, I know, hard pivot. I gotta go in a different direction, or else I'll start crying all over again. So I shaved my beard off, and I live in a house full of women, and nobody said anything to me for like 2 days. And I'm like, okay, isn't that supposed to be a woman's trait? Like they're supposed to pick up when there are changes, like whenever whenever they make changes, and we and we don't notice. We get all kinds of crap for it, but like, I shaved my beard off. Nobody cares. That's actually the true statement. Like, they probably noticed, but nobody cared. That's a. I can't even do this. I can't even. It's so hard to talk about anything else with that in the back of my mind. My heart is so heavy right now. Um, um, oh, by the way, for those of you who are a for those of you, yes, exactly, Katrina. Where's my hat? For those of you who have uh, who thought that I could not grow or shave in my head because I have a balding hairline, and here, ladies and gentlemen, is a full head of hair. Um, that is always a conversation that I have somewhere during the year. It's like, oh, you shave your head because you're losing you're losing your hair. I am not losing my hair. I cut my hair on purpose, and so I am now growing my hair out. I can shave it. I have clippers, but I'm growing my hair out in solidarity with all of my brothers who cannot go to the barbershop. So. Yes, I know, right? It's like I got hair on my face, very few little hair on my face, a lot of hair on my head. I'm back in college, it looks like. I might get to the point where somebody might have to braid this in a second. Yes, and Jen, I have not worn a bow tie in God knows how long. I don't know where I might just put a bow tie on and walk around the house at this point in time because it is it is weird. I haven't gotten dressed up, and for those of you who know me well, I like wearing fancy stuff, and I like getting dressed up. Anthony says, "No, I'm not in that solidarity." Yo, come on, man, grow the hair out. Let's all let's all grow our hair out. Let's. I'm gonna have an afro by this time. For those of you. For those of you who knew me back in the day, I used to have a high top slope. So I had a thing going up like this, and like I almost had a Gumby. I could not pull off a Gumby. Those of you who know what a Gumby is, it was quite epic. And for those of you who are asking, no, there are no pictures of it anywhere. Not gonna. I'm not gonna show you pictures of my Gumby or my high top fade. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Yes, it is No Shave April. Let's do that instead of No Shave November. We'll do No Shave April. Look. All right, fine. Next week, I promise you, I will wear a bow tie. Everybody, I will wear a bow tie. I'll get fully dressed. I'll put a shirt on, get a bow tie. I'll wear a hat. I might even wear pants. But yeah, so anyway, yeah, Hayden Bridgman is probably one of the only people that remembers me wearing my high top slope, right? Hayden, oh man, Hayden just said he has pics. That's not a good look. That's not a good look. All right, I'm going to have to go to Hayden's house when this is all said and done and just burn down all of his pictures. All right. So one of the things that a lot of people are doing, Milton, if you show that picture, me and you going to be no more friends, man. So one of the things that everybody's been doing in this time of confinement is that they are all binge watching all kinds of different things. And of course, the one thing that everybody is binge watching, or at least talking about having binge watched, is Tiger King. Can I tell you, I tried for the longest trying to avoid watching this thing. And we finally sat down, and over the course of a couple days, binge watched Tiger King. So first and foremost, I don't really understand, why people. Anthony said, and I'm out. I don't understand what the. So if we were in our normal mode, if we were out and about, Tiger King would not be a thing, right? I think it's because we are all crammed in. We're all crammed in and we can't go anywhere. I think that's why Tiger King is so really popular with everybody. But oh my God, it is an absolute train wreck. Absolute train wreck. There are so many things that are going on. I saw a meme, and for those of you who watched it, by the time dude pulls around in a sports car with a skeleton in the passenger seat, nobody cares, right? It's just normal. That's like a regular thing for this show. Like, oh yeah, he's got a skeleton. It's not even a thing. It's not even a thing. Anna says Big Cat Rescue is 15 minutes away from the house. Wow. Yeah, it's such a weird. First of all, here's the first and foremost thing. I had no idea that these people existed, right? Right. So it's not even a matter of, I was like, oh, this is an expose about some people that I've heard marginally, or like I've been hearing about it, and it's great to see the underlying thing that's going on with all these people. I had no idea that these people existed. I had no idea that people like these people existed. I had no idea that there was such a large that there was such a large what do you call it, wildcat industry in this country. Like, this is complete news to me. And to then find out that it is a complete loony bin. Everybody who is associated with big cats are A, criminals, B, completely insane, and C, might be murderers. Yeah, I'm talking about Carol. Carol's a murderer. You cannot convince me of anything differently. Carol slathered her husband up in sardine oil and chopped him up and fed him to lions. That's all I'm going to say about that. And she can come for me. And talk about whatever. I'm not. I don't have any tigers in my backyard. I have some stuffed lions, but that's about close. That's about as close to it. But that woman killed her husband. P.S. Her new husband is creepy as hell. That dude is strange. The fact that they got married on a beach or something like that, and he had like a collar and a chain that Carol was holding on, and they dress up. There's something wrong with that dude. In addition to the fact that if you saw him walking down the street, you would not figure that that's what he was into. He just doesn't look like that. So they are all strange. Everything is bananas. But my hero, my absolute hero, is the homegirl who got her arm ripped off by a tiger. She has to be the employee of the year, of the decade, of the century, right? He is. I mean, she is. She got her arm ripped off. They said that they could save it, but it would be intensive. She said, cut it off. And then 3 days after they amputated her arm, amputated her hand, she was back at work? Oh my God. Like, literally, if she needs to be everybody's employee of the month. Like, you go into Burger King, her picture should be up there. You go into Chase Bank, her picture should be up there. She should be everybody's employee of the month. And I absolutely need my boss to not ever see Tiger King, because if he watches that and believes that that's the standard for the employees how employees should act, or how employees should be dedicated to their job, No, no. Can I tell you, if a tiger so much as scratched me, that would be my last day on the job. Last day. Pack my stuff up, send my check. Here's a forwarding address. I'm done. I'm done. They literally, this cat literally ripped this woman's arm off. Off. Gone. Right? And she went right back to work. And Mike makes a good point. Like, these people had nothing, and it was a place where people can go back, and it was a home for a lot of people. Yeah, and they only paid them $100 a week for 16-hour days. I get it. I get it. It's not like she had a lot of choices. I'd have taken some vacation days. I think I'm due at that point for a couple of, like, a week or two before I go stand in front of the animal that tore my arm off, or his 100 friends that are running around that I gotta feed them expired meat from Walmart. Oh boy! And apparently the expired meat was on the pizza too. Oh jeez! How does expired meat on pizza end up in a show about people who are on a wildcat reserve? Like, really? Really? And Veronica Ransom told me, like, he had two whole husbands. Yes. He had two whole husbands. Two. I don't want to show you my crooked finger. He had two whole husbands that were not gay. That were not gay. You can take whatever you can glean from that information, but that was the craziest part. It's like, yeah, I'm not gay. I'm sleeping with all of these women over here. I got the secretary over here pregnant, and we're gonna go away and have ourselves a baby. What? Right, exactly. How, Sway? How? Yo, meth is a terrible thing. Meth is a terrible thing. Rick James said that alcohol is a hell of a drug. Meth is a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. It's like, and I don't understand. I just really don't understand what the allure is. And then you got the other guy, Doc, who is just having women join a cult just to be around baby tigers. I have never wanted to be around any animal that badly. Like, it was like, it was literally, it was the weirdest snapshot into human nature that I have ever seen in my entire life. And that is the one benefit of the coronavirus, because there is no way in hell that I would have watched this mess if it wasn't for the fact that we are running out of things to watch on Netflix. So we're done with that. We started Queen Suno. We that first episode, I'm kind of like meh about it, but I'll take I'll take one for the team, and we'll continue to watch that later on. I might get into Ozark. Everybody is talking about Ozark, so I might do that. Uncorked is on deck, and we'll try to get into that as well. I'm trying to finish Avenue 5 on my own because my wife is not watching Avenue 5, so I watch it when she's not watching. But here's the thing. So I am working from home. I'm actually working from home. And in addition to working, my wife and I are now Shadow. Yes, I heard about Shadow, Cedric. I'm going to check that out as well. My wife and I are doing two jobs. We're doing the jobs that we get paid for, and we're also doing the job that we pay somebody else to do, i.e., the teachers of my children. So we've got to keep up with all of these homework assignments and this work that's been sent home, because we've got to monitor and we've got to educate our 7-year-old. At least the 11-year-old is a little bit self-directed. Uh, but like every time I turn on, people are like, "Oh, you're working at home." Yes, I am working at home. But every time I turn on the TV, somebody's like, "Yeah, we just finished binging this." Like, how do y'all have the time? Like, I'm still working on stuff. I've got work stuff to do. I'm about to do a photography um, workshop that hopefully you guys will tune into. I'll talk about that in a few minutes. Um, I've got ACUI stuff that I've got to keep up with, and I'm just seeing people just binging all of this stuff. I'm like, yeah, I just finished the whole season of yada yada yada. I'm like, whoa, I am quite impressed that y'all have that kind of dedication because come 10, 11 o'clock, I am exhausted. I'm going to bed because I got to get up in the morning and I got to get these kids ready for school, which happens to be in our dining room. And it's just bananas. Yeah, said it's crazy because having young children right now, and we've got to keep them active. So no matter how much work that they send home, if only one person is doing this work, they're done by 11:30, 12 o'clock, right? Right now, the young one is upstairs and she is done with her work. Now I've got to figure out something for her to do because she'll be on the iPad and sitting around for like an hour and that's no good for her. So we got to figure out stuff for her to do, and so we try to take walks when it's warm outside. But we live in New York, so so one day it's warm, next day it's crazy. Someday it's been rainy a couple of days over the last, so they got a little bit stir crazy. We managed to get outside yesterday, but so it's I said this before, like kudos to the teachers. They're actually they what they do, it should be more celebrated. They should be getting more pay, and that goes without saying. However, that said, me having to educate my young children, my God, whew, Jesus, yes, you're right. Betsy DeVos should be sending me a check. Betsy DeVos should be sending all parents of young children a check for being supplemental teachers. Every single one of us. Like, and then when that supplemental check, when they go back to school, that supplemental check needs to go to directly to all of those school teachers because they are doing yeoman's work. They are doing some really great work with these kids. What's up, Keith? And so, because it's crazy, it's absolutely crazy. They have a, what do you call it, a morning meeting. So these are a bunch of 7-year-olds that are sitting around listening to their teacher, and so like you can imagine what chaos that is in person. And then you add that onto the fact that they are on. This is the most hilarious thing. So they're on like a Google Hangout, right? And so I think there are like 13, 14 of them in the class, and they're all talking, and nobody knows how to use the mute button. And so the funniest thing is they raise their hand, they really do a really good job. So they raise their hand, and then the teacher calls on them, and he goes, "Am I on mute?" And the teacher's like, "Yeah, I can hear you. No, you're not on mute." "Oh, because I thought I was on mute." "Okay, that's fine. Is there anything that you want to say?" "No, I just wanted to check to see if I was on mute." And this is for an hour. This is a half an hour of this. It's like everybody is like, "Hey, am I on mute?" No, no. Oh, hey, I have a dog. Not a prompt. There's nothing. There was no question about an animal anywhere in there. All right. So yeah, I have a dog. My daughter chimed in and out of nowhere is like, "Hey, my mom's birthday was yesterday." Okay, and I was like, God bless this woman's heart because she's got a PowerPoint, she's got a lesson plan for the meeting, and that all goes to crap. Because the minute a bunch of 7-year-olds get to interact with technology, oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Those morning meetings are hilarious to me. Absolutely hilarious. I look for those, and I just look at everybody, or everybody's kid, because the greatest thing is that I'm sitting there with my kid, but there are parents who sit their kid in front of the iPad or the phone or whatever, and then walk away. So they are unsupervised, except for a teacher who is somewhere else and has no control of that mute button or that video button, and it is absolute abject chaos. So I applaud these teachers for trying to do their best, but it is a lost cause. It is such a lost cause. But God bless them. God bless them. Um, so the last thing that I wanted to really talk about is that I have been noticing that there have been a bunch of challenges going around, and some of them are really cute. Cute. So there are some dance challenges that I see people doing. God bless you all who can coordinate with your kids or have kids that want to be in this close enough proximity to y'all to practice. I don't have those. But I've also seen these makeover challenges where you take a brush and you do like this, and then you show you all done up, and then you drop the brush, and the next person done it. I've seen it for sororities. I've seen it for crochet. I've seen it for BBW. I've seen it for fraternity men doing well. Was it fraternity men? Or it was just men getting dandied up? I've seen a whole bunch of them. Those are cool. I've also seen some really crazy challenges, and I know you have as well. I saw what was the one that I saw? Oh, licking the toilet as a coronavirus challenge. First of all, if you lick a toilet, any toilet, whether it's the toilet that if you live alone and you are the only person that uses this toilet, if you lick a toilet, you deserve everything you get. And you ain't just got any kind of you ain't just got corona. You've got E. coli. You might have some hepatitis in there. You might want to check yourself for typhoid. You got a bunch of stuff. Corona's not the only thing that you have to worry about by licking a toilet. Who comes up with this stuff? Who decided that licking a toilet was something that you should think about doing? Like, okay, fine. I will grant you that if you are a coronavirus disbeliever and you're saying that you cannot get coronavirus from surfaces and stuff like that, lick a doorknob, lick a window, lick a wall, a toilet. You've already lost. There is not any toilet in the world that's going to prove anything about cleanliness by you licking it. You lick a toilet, you've lost. You've already lost. A1, because you're stupid. That's a given. You cannot convince me that you bought into a coronavirus challenge where you licked a toilet that you're not stupid. You're stupid. And mama said don't say nasty things about people. But you stupid. You're dumb. You've already lost. The other Prince music is playing. You can't hear that? Under the Cherry Moon is playing. So it's been playing the whole time. So I don't know if maybe people couldn't hear it. The other challenge that I saw that was dumb, and this one I could kind of understand what people were trying to do. It was the flamethrower challenge, where you spray an aerosol into your mouth. So like hairspray or something like that. You spray it into your mouth, and then you take a lighter, and you're supposed to blow the aerosol out, and it shoots a flame out. I don't have to tell you what's been happening. There's some people out there with no eyebrows. There's some people out there with singed ponytails. It's hilarious. And I don't have anything else to say. There's nothing else I can say about it except for the fact that people are bored. People are absolutely bored, and the craziest thing is that the craziest thing is that there is always somebody who's like, I'm gonna do this. There's no way that this is gonna catch on. There is no way that people are gonna want to do this, and I'm here to tell you that there is always a way of there is always somebody who's going to follow you, and there's this philosophy of the second follower. For those of you who, uh, yes, people are licking toilets. Fab, people are licking toilets. It's not. It's. I'm not making it up. Go look it up. There, for those of you who are a follower of leadership development, there is a philosophy of the second follower. And there's a whole video about it. It's really funny, but there's a whole video about it. You should look it up. The most important person in a movement is not the person who starts it. It is the second follower. And here's the reason why. If you have one person doing something and everybody looks at them, there is less likelihood of somebody joining on to them until they see somebody else initiate, unless they see somebody else initiate followership. There are many people who have great ideas or wacky ideas, and people just look at them and go, that's a wacky idea. It's that one second follower, or first follower, I should say, sorry. That first follower that is always going to make a determination as to whether it becomes a movement or whether it just falls flat on its face. And so you look at dance and you look at all kinds of different things, and the minute other people see at least one other person following this crazy person, then people are like, okay, he's got a follower. Somebody else is doing it in addition to the person who originated it. I'll follow along. And so when you start to think about what your programs are, for those of you who are in the world of programming, I'm in higher education, and whenever we do a program, we always try to find that first follower, whether the first follower is an actual person or that first follower is a whole other organization. And so once we find that first follower, it's easy to say, see, this other person is doing it. It's a great idea. It now no longer is in the realm of that crazy person over there or that crazy administrator over there. It's a person that is, it's now a person that has some sort of a following, even if it's one person or one organization. So the philosophy of first follower is very, very strong. Hayden Bridgman said, I thought letting their kids things they poop out on them was a challenge. Oh, I don't know what that is, and I almost do not want to know what that is. Oh, God. Oh, this world is crazy. This world is crazy. All right, so I'm going to get ready to end soon. I'm going to start doing a philosophy. I should do that too. A photography workshop. For those of you who are interested in photography, I'll be doing one next week. I'm going to take some pictures. I'll go through what settings I use. I'll go through how I chose my subject, and then I'll go into the editing program, and I'll show you what edits I use to get the programs to get the images that I want. And so, if that's interesting to you, let's I'll put that together and see if anybody is interested in that. And then next week I'll premiere that. I'll probably put up a link to my Cash App and start raising some funds because when the teachers come back to school, they could use some funds. So I'll start collecting some funds for teachers because they need some of this extra money. They need extra money for the work that they're doing. It has become blatantly clear that teachers are the real heroes. The nurses are the real heroes. The doctors are the real heroes in our society. But teachers are really the biggest heroes of them all. Mala, yeah, everybody it'll be an open source. I'll either put it on YouTube or I'll Facebook Live it. I'll figure out some way for everybody to get it. But yeah, we'll raise some money. Let's see if we can get it to a teacher who will, when this is all said and done, have to pay for their own the decorations and the school supplies, and we'll get some money to somebody. All right, and we'll keep doing that, in random ways, and we'll do some giveaways. But if you stick with me, I'll make sure that you have at least one thing to do every week, and we'll get through this. So I'm gonna sign out. Thank you all for all the well wishes. I know we started off raw. And I'm not gonna apologize for it, but I know that this is tough. Again, my heart goes out to Jared Sockwell and his family, and I hope that you can all find the strength, and that we all find the strength for all of the death and sickness that's all around us. Everybody who's sick, I wish that you all get well, and everybody who is mourning, I hope you find the strength to find a way to deal with this in a way, when we cannot come together and support each other, and that we do it digitally. So everybody, stay safe, stay happy, and I will see you guys next week. Love you all.